Hey true crimers, I'm back for part 2 of the rabbit hole I went down today. But boy, what a day for me to go down this rabbit hole, because I am doing college stuff for my son, and my other son's having trouble with his phone, and it's just a day. Okay, back to why you're all here. All, probably 3 of you. Just kidding. So, we were talking in the last one about the rabbit hole I went down about ChrisProudfoot, KatieProudfoot, and the big question I had that made me go down the rabbit hole in the first place. So, anyway, I gotta catch your breath. I'm so sorry. So, anyway, I just want to start off this video again by disclosing that this is just my opinion only. Don't take anything I say as facts. This is for entertainment purposes, and please make your own opinion. Now, I'm not on green team or Proudfoot team. I'm just on Sebastian's team. I listen to everything and then I make my informed decisions. And I, unfortunately, see too many red flags for me not to feel like the Proudfoots could, in my opinion, have some guilty knowledge of something, right? So on a panel on 5/27/2024, CP is on this panel, and he's basically saying he doesn't have time to have emotion. He says the end game is to bring him home, but the life does not stop as we know it. I don't have the time to be emotional. I have a wife and a daughter to take care of. Now, I don't know that that's a red flag, but it certainly says a lot about his character and his concern about Sebastian. Now on 3/7/2024, they were doing an interview, and this is obviously like, I think 11 days after Sebastian went missing, and they wouldn't go on camera. It's such a weird interview because the woman interviewing them, you just see her face and you can hear their voices. But what's interesting about that is you can see her, you're watching her reaction to what they're saying. You don't have a choice but to do that. And honestly, it just, when you take the visual out and you're just listening and you're watching another person's response to their questions, their answers, it sounds like a script. I mean, both of them, when they both talk, but when CP talks, he supposedly wasn't there, but boy, he knows every answer to every question. So it has to be a script, right? To some extent. And the other thing, like when they were both talking about what he was wearing, they're talking about what it could be, what print it could be on his shirt, and how he loves all these things, and they're giggling. And okay, as a mom, I know what my kids own. And if I didn't remember what they were wearing, which would be unlikely, I for sure could go back through what they have and deduct what I have and know what he would be wearing. 100%. I could understand maybe why CP couldn't do it, but KP, come on. I don't know. Maybe I'm being judgmental there, so I'll cut her a little slack, but I don't know. No, I won't, because it's important to know what he's wearing for people to look for him. And then you have CP talking about the day he had to go back to get his fifth wheel. And he kept saying we had to go back. But then he corrects himself and says, no, I mean, she didn't go anywhere. And maybe she didn't, but who's we? Who's we? And then KP is answering the question about if they can think of any reason why Sebastian might want to leave. Because remember, she says she doesn't know why he went through that door. And she says she hasn't been able to figure it out. Okay. That they've been, going over the weeks even before, and they haven't been able to figure it out. That morning he was laughing and joking. Now, here's the thing. When you're saying we can't figure out why he went missing that morning, like the Monday morning, and that morning he was laughing and joking, wouldn't it make more sense for her to talk about like the last time she saw him, which would have been at bedtime? I can't figure that out. The last time I saw him, he seemed fine. He told me he loved me. It makes no sense for her to reference the morning before when they had that full day of activities. It makes no sense for her to say, well, that morning he was laughing and joking. No. It would have made more sense for her to say, no, the last time I saw him, he was fine. He was happy, whatever. And the only thing I could think of is maybe she didn't sleep that night. This is just a thought. Maybe she didn't sleep that night, so like that morning to her was like a whole day. Because if you don't sleep, 2 days feel like one, right? That's the only thing I can think of, is that she didn't sleep the night he went missing. So when she says that morning, she's incorporating 2 days into one, if that makes any sense. So I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. Let me know if it doesn't, but it doesn't make any sense for her to reference the morning before. And then we have CP talking about if somebody came to the door, they would have known because something would have picked it up because of this particular light. But yet they want us to believe that Sebastian walked out the front door. Then why wasn't he picked up? Only the person that would have been intruding would have been picked up? So that's why they know that didn't happen? But Sebastian, they said he had to walk out the front door. It's the only way. Well, then why wasn't he picked up? It just contradicts. The stories contradict one another. And why did ChrisProudfoot go to work at 5 a.m.? They don't start work at 5 a.m. Could it be, just my opinion, just a thought? Could he have gone to work at 5 a.m. that morning because he knew Sebastian was about to go missing at 6 and he needed to solidify his alibi? If he was at work, he couldn't possibly do it. He had a solid alibi, right? Did he always go to work at 5 a.m. or just that morning? I want to know. I have questions. Another question I have is, why did they go to the landfill? There's so many theories on why, and I guess we'll never really truly know. But does anyone have, what are your theories on why they went to that landfill? Because they don't just go to landfills. You need warrants. You have to have a reason. You have to convince the judge to have a reason why. Like, could it just be as simple as they're looking? I don't know. There's so many conflicting statements about that, but it's a huge question I have. And another thought I had is CP just seems to always get what CP wants. He wanted them to move in, but he didn't like cats, so they got rid of the cats. He got rid of the snakes. He got rid of all Sebastian toys because, you know, and he was giddy about that one. He wanted us all to do it. Well, did he just not want Sebastian anymore? So Sebastian's gone too? Just asking. They didn't go to the visuals. I can't say that right. They never searched, really. I mean, really searched. They waited 8 days to go to media. They don't go on camera sometimes. Always quickly debunking any tips. Just never pro Sebastian. And these are all the reasons why I have all these questions. These are truly red flags. I'm out of time. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave your comments below. Like, share, follow, all the things. Thank you so much.